So I guess you could just give me pay and say yes or no.
Good morning. Before we get started, just a few housekeeping items. Welcome to the 2026 Final Assembly. Our guests, we ask that you please silence your phones and put them away. We know our students don't have them, so we don't have to worry about that. And students, make sure you give your full attention to today's celebration. You never know when your name is going to be called. To begin, we welcome our Student Council President and Vice President, Maya Breckenridge and Quinn Mackey, to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Good morning, everyone. Please stand if you're able. We'll lead you in the Pledge of Allegiance. Flag is over there. I pledge allegiance to the flag and the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Welcome, everyone, to the 2026 Final Assembly.
Thank you for joining us today. We are so excited to celebrate the accomplishments of our fellow students.
My name is Maya Breckenridge, your Student Council President.
And my name is Quinn Mackey, your Student Council Vice President.
We are so grateful to have had the opportunity to represent this amazing school community, and as we celebrate all of you today, we're also excited to step into the next chapter of our own journeys. Congrats, seniors! And congratulations, everyone!
now like to welcome MUHS Assistant Principal Ben Weir for the opening remarks.
Good morning, everybody. We'll start our final assembly in a moment, but before we do that, this is my last opportunity to stand here in front of you all and tell a story. It'll be brief, I promise. I'm not the most qualified person to be up here. There are educators in this room with much more experience, educators in this room who've taught many more kids, but they gave me the microphone, so I'll talk. In 2012, I was 21 years old. I lived in an apartment right over here next to the Kinney. We actually just walked right by it on our way here. I drove my mom's old Subaru, and I was waiting tables at a restaurant in town that has long since gone defunct. And I wanted to be a teacher. I applied for a position at Middlebury Union High School, wearing my only long-sleeve button-up shirt and my only tie. I showed up full of youthful energy, thinking I was going to ride that to a job, gainful employment. Had a great interview, and I went home, waited for the call. The principal at the time called me eventually and said, "Hey, Ben, we really enjoyed getting to meet you, but we went a different direction." I thought, all right, that's fine. I went and got a different job at a different school, enjoyed that job, but it was an hour or so away, and so a few years later, I applied for another opening at MUHS, and I came in again. This time, my shirt was a little nicer, my tie was a little newer, and I had an interview, and I thought, this is going really well, and I got a call from the principal the next day, and he said, "Ben, great to talk to you again, but we went a different direction." So here I am, thinking, okay, that's fine. I have a job that I like. I went back to my job, and then a few years later, there was another position open at MUHS, and at this point, I had a small child, and I was tired of driving that hour every morning and that hour every evening, and I thought, this is the moment, it has come. And excitingly, I didn't get that job either. So here I am, 0 for 3, thinking, uh-oh, maybe this really wasn't meant to be, and clearly, eventually, I did get hired. And I think there are a couple of different messages. Some of you are probably sitting there thinking, oh my gosh, I knew he was unqualified for this. And that might be a valid decision on your parts. Some of you hopefully are thinking, you know what, despite the fact that over and over again he was rejected by the same people, he did not give up. And I think what I knew, and what I think is important for all of us to know, is that a rejection of me in a specific situation didn't mean a rejection of me as a person. There are all sorts of things going into play in a hiring decision, just like there's all sorts of things that go into play in any sort of award or anything like that. And just because you don't get it doesn't mean that you're not worthy. So today, a lot of us are going to be able to practice that in a few minutes. Part of Final Assembly is giving out awards, and as much as I would have liked for us to have an award this year that was, let's say, most times a hacky sack gets kicked onto the roof of the courtyard, or a student who spends the most time in the gym without actually being enrolled in a PE class. And I have names for both of those people, but I'm not going to do it here. Many of us are going to leave without getting an award, and we might feel disappointed. We might feel rejected, and that's okay. Because all of us face rejection. Some of us face it much more than others, and that's not fair, but that's life. And so what I ask is, as you leave this gym, as you go into the rest of your lives, think about those moments of rejection, not as you not being worthy, but as an opportunity to try again. So MUHS, thank you for listening for the last 3 minutes and listening to me for the past 7 years. And at this point, I'm going to invite Caitlin Steele, our principal, up to the podium.
I'm going to bring the mic way down. Good morning, everyone. This event recognizes many of you for accomplishments in athletics, academics, community engagement, and more. But it offers only a glimpse into the contributions you all have made throughout the school year. At MUHS, we love to see you students engaged in school life, competing on athletic teams, performing on the stage, sharing your talents, supporting your peers, advocating for yourselves and others, and taking ownership of your learning. We know our students can do great things because we see you do it every day. Today, we celebrate not only your accomplishments, but also the teachers, families, and community members whose support helps make those accomplishments possible. If you're invited to the stage today, please enter from the left and exit to the right. That'll help everything move smoothly. Thank you all for being here, and thank you for being part of this awesome community. Let's get started. To begin, I'll ask Assistant Principal Weir to come back up here. We'd like to recognize faculty and staff who are leaving MUHS at the end of the year. We thank them for their service, and we wish them the best in their next chapter. Please come forward as your name is called. Liam Batches, Tina Bilodeau, Keith Collins, Mary Richards, and Connie Toma. I guess that's it. Oh, he's got flowers. Oh. Stay up here, Ben. Of course, one other person is leaving. So it has been so much fun learning how to be a principal with Ben Weir. I couldn't have asked for a better partner for these first 4 years. Thank you, Ben, for everything you have given to our students and our community over these past 4 and 7 years. I wish you and your family a joyful adventure abroad next year. We will miss you so much. Our yearbook dedication is presented by Josie Giotti and Kendall Lino. Leonard Barrett, class of 1973, enrolled at MUHS in 1970 when his family moved to Bridport. He participated in FFA and earned numerous agricultural awards. He encouraged his children and many others to participate in school sports, saying they could work the rest of their lives but would never have the opportunity to play high school sports again. In 1991, he began volunteering with the MUHS football program. It became his passion to encourage students to participate in athletics. When the Friends of Middlebury Football was formed, Leonard was elected president and served in that position for 14 years. Oh, Leonard. He is proud that Friends of Middlebury Football raised the funds that sustained the Hugh B. Wagner Awards and garnered community donations to construct new bleachers, field lights, and the concession stand. Leonard has served on multiple Bridport town committees, on the UD3 and HCC boards, and as staff sub at MUHS. For several years, he has been employed as the night activities manager, working with Sean Farrell and all of the sports teams. He's known as Lenny to many and always wears one of his many tiger hats. Leonard feels it's very important that everyone should have an opportunity to participate in co-curricular activities, to be a part of a team, and to learn all they can from those experiences while they're in school. And the friendships they made along the way are the icing on the cake. We are honored to present Leonard Barrett this year's yearbook for his devotion to MUHS for the past 30+ years. Not that we're allowing him to retire.
I'd just like to say thank you to everyone. You mean so much to me, and I'm glad that I can try to help out as best as I can. But I want to say thank you to the past and present administration. I want to say thank you to the past and present students, because without you, I haven't had that drive. And I want to thank my good friend, Sean Farrell. Bill Lawson put me on the committee there back in 2002, I think it was. to hire Sean, and he's been here for 23 years, and I can't think of anybody better for the job than Sean. And at least I got to say thank you to my wife, because we've been married 51 years, and we met in this high school, and we got married 2 years later, and she has been my rock, and she's allowed me to be, as you know, I am a little passionate about football, and she's allowed me to be part of football for a long time, and I love her, and I thank her for helping me out, and thank you.
Our peer leaders and peer leader coordinators are recognized by Brooke Jetty. Each year, incoming ninth graders are welcomed to MUHS by our peer leaders, who serve as guides, mentors, and role models. A small group of peer leader coordinators go a step further, helping organize Grade 9 Day at Breadloaf, supporting their fellow peer leaders, and planning activities throughout the year. We'd now like to recognize this year's peer leader coordinators. Please come to the stage to be acknowledged. Alexis Williams, Nava Glickman, Maya Breckenridge, Cook Riney, and Theo Fallis. We'd now like to recognize our peer leaders from the class of 2026. If you served as a peer leader this year, please stand and be acknowledged. Looking ahead, we also invite the members of the class of 2027 who will be peer leaders next year to please stand and be recognized. At this time, we'd like to invite the jazz band to perform Blues Walk by Clifford Brown, arranged by Michael Mossam, directed by Rob DeBrune. Community Service Awards are presented by Keith Collins. The MUHS Community Service Awards honor students who have completed over 100 hours of service and received outstanding evaluations from their site supervisors. Please come forward to receive your certificates. Nava Glickman, Mira Biancasino, Taylor Altimos, and Madison Austin. The St. Michael's College Book Award for Community Engagement recognizes students in their junior year who have demonstrated a sincere commitment to community service, issues of peace and justice, concern for others, as well as academic excellence and rigor. These students will be considered for a full tuition scholarship to St. Michael's College, contingent on an offer of admission from the college. We are proud to announce that the nominees for this year's St. Michael's College Book Award for Community Engagement are Greta Suter and Jason Sperry. The school counseling department, Adrian Preston, Sam Lewis, and Emily Shadaman will now present several awards. Students, please come forward when your award is announced. Each year, Middlebury Union High School students are selected to attend the Green Mountain Boys State program held at Norwich University in June. Sponsored by the American Legion Department of Vermont and the Middlebury Knights of Columbus, this program fosters leadership and citizenship by allowing participants to create and manage mock local and state governments. Congratulations to this year's MUHS Boys State selections, Noah Gillespie and Judah Matovu. Two students were selected to attend the Green Mountain Girls State program this June at Vermont State University in Randolph. Sponsored by the American Legion of Vermont, this program helps develop leadership and citizenship skills through mock government experiences. Congratulations to this year's MUHS Girls State attendees, Cora Bliven and Julie Connolly. The Harvard Book Award is presented to a junior who has demonstrated exceptional achievement and commitment in one or more areas of the liberal arts, including language, literature, history, fine arts, or sciences. This year's recipient is getting her steps in, Cora Bliven. The Bowdoin Book Award honors exceptional high school juniors who have demonstrated extraordinary service to the common good and an unusual passion for inquiry, discovery, and innovative thinking. This year's recipient is Taryn Burns. The Clarkson University Leadership and Achievement Awards honor 2 juniors who have demonstrated outstanding leadership and academic excellence. Recipients of the Leadership Award who enroll at Clarkson qualify for a $100,000 scholarship over 4 years, while Achievement Award recipients qualify for an $80,000 scholarship over 4 years. This year's recipient of the Clarkson University Leadership Award is Ida Blackwell. And this year's recipient of the Clarkson University Achievement Award is Jason Sperry. First presented in 1916, the Rensselaer Medal Award is a way of recognizing the superlative academic achievement of young people in mathematics and science, and to motivate students toward careers in science, engineering, and technology. Each award recipient who is accepted to and enrolls at Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute will receive a scholarship worth $40,000 per year. This year's Rensselaer Medal Award recipient is Graham Ziegler. The Rochester Institute of Technology recognizes outstanding students from the junior class for their leadership, service, and achievements. Recipients of these awards who enroll at RIT will receive a scholarship valued at $116,000 over 4 years. The following students received the award in 2 different categories. Please come forward. Henry McDonnell in engineering and Maggie Mortar in arts and design. The Society of Women Engineers Award recognizes young women nationwide who have excelled in science and mathematics and contributed actively to their school or community. Awards are given at 3 levels: honors, high honors, and highest honors. We now invite this year's MUHS recipients to come forward. For honors, Cora Bliven. For high honors, Isabel Quinn. And for highest honors, Alice Livesey. Each spring, selected sophomores from across the country attend their state's Hugh O'Brien Leadership Seminar, which provides leadership skills and encourages community involvement. This year, 4 MUHS students were selected to represent our school at the Vermont Seminar held at Vermont Technical College in Randolph. Please join me in recognizing this year's 4 Hobie selections as they come forward. Paris Biancasino, Elena LaFlamme, Thea Porter, and Adeline Ritter. The Rotary Youth Leadership Award recognizes 5 10th grade students selected to participate in a summer program focused on leadership, communication, and team building skills. Congratulations, and come on forward, to Selma Citarella, Porter McDonald, Thea Porter, Adeline Ritter, and Adelaide Taylor. And now we invite the Camerata Singers to perform Birds of a Feather, arranged by Marianne Muglia and Emily Drum, words and music by Billie Eilish and Phineas O'Connell, directed by Liz LeBeau.
I don't think I could
The 21st Century Discovery Awards honor student effort, engagement, and growth across all departments. Seniors will please come to the stage to receive their awards. Students from other classes, there are a lot of you, please stand when your name is called to be recognized. You can collect your award from your teachers back at school. Everyone else, please hold your applause until each department's presentation is complete. That'll get us back to school on time for the third block. So the Arts Awards are presented by Liz LeBeau. '21st Century Awards in Arts tonight are presented to 9th graders who will stand where you are. Lachlan Sears, Isadora Malzak, and Seema Wool. To 10th graders, Abrina Ho, Mira Biancasino, and Jonathan Carpenter. To 11th graders, Greta Suter, Isaiah Robinson, and Edie Newhouse Ringling. And our 12th graders, please come to the stage. Soleil Pareja, Berkeley Graham Gerland, and Mary Harrington. The Individuals in Society Awards are presented by Tara Martin. Ninth graders, please stand. Eric Bowe, Owen Bevere, and Jackson Butterfield. 10th graders, Taya Boglioli, Emily Zenteno Sanchez, and Elle McIntyre. 11th graders, Judah Matovu, Cullen Myers, and Greta Suter. And 12th graders, please come forward. Gunnar Bowe, Ivy Gates, and Hex Bingham. The Language and Literature Awards are presented by Kathy Stoddard. In 9th grade, Albert Thalen, Jackson Butterfield, and Casey Wu. In 10th grade, Lilia Peterson, Carly Delebriere, and Elena LaFlamme. In 11th grade, Wiley St. Clair, Logan Taylor, and Stella Lenti. And 12th graders, please come forward. Logan Edmonds Beatty, Kendra Mahler, and Hex Bingham. The Language Acquisition Awards are presented by Ariana Bailey. In ninth grade, Jenny Rathburn, Albert Phelan, and Teddy Curran. In 10th grade, Cameron Vos, Ellie Conklin, and Kira Sell. In 11th grade, Judah Matobu, Greta Suter, and Charlotte Gates. And in 12th grade, Grace Ritter, Nick Carpenter, and Logan Edmonds Beatty. Come on up. The Mathematics Awards are presented by Michelle Magnano. In ninth grade, Caitlin Wood, Vicky Garcia, and Avery Thompson. In 10th grade, Randy Cameron, Margaret Hoyler, and Nathan Anderson. In 11th grade, Isabel Quinn, Noah Gillespie, and Alexis Whipple. And 12th graders, Avery Hohenshaw, Soleil Pareja, and Caitlin Gillette. The Physical and Health Education Awards are presented by Chris Altimos. In ninth grade, Xander Liu, Josephine Ives, and Mia Miranda Nagaiza. In 10th grade, Selma Citarella, Daniela Flores Ramos, and Jocelyn Foster. In 11th grade, Raphael Mitchell, Eben Smith, and Sebastian O'Rourke. And in 12th grade, Gunnar Bowe, Savannah Tomaszewski, and Emery Richards Lindeck. And at this time, we would like to invite the concert band to perform Phoenix Ascending by Rosanna Galante, directed by Rob DeBrune. thank the following international students for joining us this year at MUHS. We appreciate the courage that it takes to leave one's home country, and family. MUHS is grateful for your presence here and all we have learned from you. We wish you well, and we hope you keep in touch. Please come up when your name is called. Amelie Louise Richter from Germany. Stella Lenti from Italy. And Lily Klemanska from Poland, who joined us as the recipient of a merit-based Flex Future Leaders Scholarship funded through the U.S. Department of State. And now I'll introduce David Rose from the ASSE International Student Exchange Program with recognition for MUHS.
ASSE is an organization for the past 50 years, has placed hundreds of students throughout the United States from all various countries around the world. Additionally, organizations like CBYX and U Abroad, we all draw from like 30 countries. For example, Italy, Germany, Lithuania, Tajikistan, Poland, Ukraine. And these students come here, they become your classmates, they become your friends, and they learn a little bit about American culture, and we learn a little bit about their homes. This year, ASSE would like to recognize Middlebury Union High School, and I'd like to present to Caitlin a certificate of recognition for all the work that their school has done, the counselors, the teachers, and the administration. This work would not be possible without their diligence. Additionally, for the first time, the U.S. Department of State has chosen to recognize Middlebury Union High School and is offering the Certificate of Appreciation to your school.
Thank you, David. The MUHS Core Theory of Knowledge Awards are presented by Kate Carroll. The MUHS Core Theory of Knowledge challenges students to explore how we produce, verify, and share knowledge. This award recognizes those who lead honest, thoughtful discussions and connect real-life situations to diverse perspectives. Please join me in congratulating this year's MUHS Core TOK Award recipients, London Allen, Cora Bliven, and Logan Taylor. The Branching Out Exemplar Project Award is presented by Leah Stannard. Branching Out is MUHS's flexible, student-driven learning program in which students earn credit through independent projects, internships, and career exploration, and personalized learning experiences aligned with their interests and goals. This award recognizes a student whose Branching Out project demonstrated exceptional creativity, independence, growth, and dedication. Their work stood out as a model of what personalized learning can look like when passion, effort, and real-world learning come together. Please join me in congratulating this year's Branching Out Exemplar Project Award recipient, Eleanor Simmons. The Departmental Achievement Awards are presented by MUHS school counselors. Each year, Middlebury Union High School presents departmental awards to recognize academic achievement. Today, we will honor students in grades 9 through 11. Each department selects 2 honorable mentions and 1 award recipient per grade. We'll present awards by department. If you are named an honorable mention, please stand to be recognized, and you'll receive your award from your teacher later. The recipients of the awards, please come to the stage to receive your certificate from your school counselor. Please, again, hold your applause until we finish each department. First, in design, for grade 9, our honorable mentions will stand up where they are, Ethan Lee and Orion Shar, and our recipient is Owen Ralph. For 10th grade, standing where he is, Wyatt McKee, and our recipient will come forward, Marley Quinn. And for 11th grade, the recipient of the award in design is Porter McDonald. Come on up. For the Fine Arts Department, grade 9 honorable mentions, Daisy Madden and Finn Henty, and the winner, come on up, Helen Quayle. In 10th grade, our honorable mentions are Paris Biancasino and Rain Evans-Nash, and the winner, Eve Manguk. In 11th grade, our honorable mentions are Tristan Bockham and Kennedy Renninger, and the winner is Toby Baker Rouse. For the Individuals and Societies Department, grade 9 honorable mentions are Andy Phelps and Seema Wall, and the recipient is Elise Almstrand. In 10th grade, honorable mentions are Louisa Orton and Henry Kervick, and the recipient is Thea Porter. And in 11th grade, honorable mentions are Noah Gillespie and Cora Bliven, and the recipient is Taryn Burns. For the Language and Literature Department, grade 9 honorable mentions, Victor Sponheimer and Elise Almstrand, and the recipient, Mitzi Podushnik. For 10th grade, honorable mentions, Ani Broderson and Eleanor Simmons, and the recipient, Beatrice Whitmarsh. For 11th grade, honorable mentions, Isabel Quinn and Addie Young, and the recipient, Annan Duquette Hoffman. In the Language Acquisition Department, Grade 9 honorable mentions Isabel Betancourt and Newt Finch, and recipient Josephine Ives. In 10th grade, honorable mentions Eve Menguk and Eleanor Simmons, and the recipient Selma Citarella. And in 11th grade, honorable mentions Graham Ziegler and Julie Connolly, and recipient Jason Speary. In the Mathematics Department, Grade 9 honorable mentions Summer Lugohart and Victor Sponheimer, and recipient Leo Swinton. In 10th grade, honorable mentions Selma Citarella and Eleanor Simmons, and recipient Killian Berry. And in 11th grade, honorable mentions Cora Bliven and Jason Speary, and the recipient Allison Livesay. Alice Livesay. For the Physical and Health Education Department, Grade 9 honorable mentions Brady Degay and Vicky Garcia, and the recipient Dana Livesay. In 10th grade, honorable mentions Ellie Orton and Jackson Jacobs, and the recipient Elle McIntyre. And in 11th grade, honorable mentions Isabel Quinn and Jason Speary, and the recipient Ida Blackwell. And the Science Department, Grade 9, honorable mentions Dana Livesay and Owen Ralph, and the recipient Josephine Ives. In 10th grade, honorable mentions Eve Menguk and Christopher Bunt, and the recipient Louisa Orton. And for grade 11, honorable mentions Jason Speary and Alice Livesay, and the recipient Graham Ziegler. The William Lawson and Catherine Deeman Principals Awards are presented by Ben Weir. Mr. Lawson and Ms. Deeman served as principal and assistant principal for a combined 58 years, guiding thousands of students at MUHS. The Principals Award honors students in grades 10 through 12 who have shown remarkable growth in academics and in school citizenship. This year, the awards go to, for grade 10, Jeremiah Bugor. For grade 11, Ari Santiago. And for grade 12, Rainey Kubler-Raymond. The following 3 awards are presented by Sean Farrell and Ben Weir. The senior recipients of the Dud Finney Sportsmanship Award are selected by the coaches. These athletes exemplify fair play, ethical behavior, and integrity. This year's recipients are Mary Harrington and Ben DeBishop. The MUHS class of 1963 honors Paul Gonzalez's memory each year by presenting the Athlete of the Year award to 2 seniors who demonstrate exceptional athletic ability, sportsmanship, citizenship, and leadership. This year's recipients, as nominated and voted on by the coaches, are Solstice Binder and Logan McNulty. In keeping with the wishes of the class of 1927, the Dory Cup is awarded to juniors at Middlebury Union High School who have demonstrated the highest standing in athletic ability, leadership, scholarship, and moral integrity during their first 3 years. We invite last year's recipients, Mary Harrington and Cook Riney, to come forward and help honor this year's winners. It is a distinct honor to present the Dory Cups to Isabel Quinn and Jason Sperry. This week, which we call Senior Week here at MUHS, is full of festivities and recognitions and joyful events, and it looks smooth and fabulous, and it's a lot of fun to participate in, and all of that is because there's a ton of work that goes on behind the scenes in preparing things for our raft race, our senior awards night, our final assembly, and then graduation, and then project graduation where we wrap it all up by pulling an all-nighter together. It's a ton of work, And I want to say thank you to the many, 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 many people who really work hard to make this joyful week what it is. But especially today, I want to thank George Rooney in advance for all of the work that he's doing to pull together Project Graduation. And behind the scenes, you won't see them, they won't show their faces much today, but Sarah Johnstone and Emily Bassett are tying all of the pieces together of this week. And finally, in this week, there is one real leader of MUHS, and it's Sean Farrell, and I just want to thank him. And he gets to finish. So I'll invite Mr. Farrell to come forward to close out today's assembly. Thank you for being a great audience.
I think she was just trying to make me cry, so I held it together, at least for that. So let's give another round of applause to Caitlin for doing a fantastic job as our MC again this year. And congratulations once again to all our award recipients and the entire class of 2026. You can do it. It's all good. So before we conclude, I want to ask you to listen carefully to the dismissal instructions. The class of 2026 will exit first and form 2 lines outside. All students and staff will pass through those 2 lines as we celebrate our seniors. Once our senior class has exited the building, I will dismiss each class to go. Please remain in your seats until you're dismissed, and then head directly back to school because we're actually on time. As you walk back, please stay on the sidewalks, avoid walking in the roads. We want to be good examples for our elementary school students as we head back. Okay? At this time, I ask the junior marshals to come forward. Solstice.
Thank you.